Hello, everyone. Welcome to Grand Entities, where every story is a journey into the extraordinary. My name is Yuri White, and I'm thrilled to have you here. On this channel, we dive into the world of nonfiction, sharing real-life stories that inspire, educate, and entertain. From personal experiences to historical events, each tale is crafted to bring you peace and understanding. So, sit back, relax, and join me as we explore the fascinating stories that make up our world. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a story. Let's embark on this adventure together.
All's Fair in Love and War. The story of Yuri White. I hope you enjoy this story, and may it bring you peace and understanding. Back in 2012, Yuri White, better known as Jockey White, hit a curious phase in his life. Knowing little to nothing about how love works, he had a child's eye view of things. His attitude had adjusted with his early life events and the experience of puberty. The world was changing so fast for him, as were his thoughts and feelings. Closure was what he wanted from his secret childhood crushes, but being indecisive made it hard to choose between the three beautiful women of his dreams. Yuri paid close attention to the world around him to gain some understanding and inspiration. His older brothers, Corey and David White, were his idols. He had great respect for them and deeply admired their qualities and achievements with women. However, being a young teenager, it was embarrassing to ask his older brothers for advice on how to get a girlfriend. So, Yuri decided to shadow their work, but to be honest, that was a full study and a lot of homework on its own, especially due to their adult personal affairs. Living next door to one of his crushes, down the alley from another, and across town from the third, Yuri didn't have much time to waste being confused or lost about things. He took the little he learned, the feelings he felt, and what he knew about his crushes. He thought this would surely get him in the door, but he was wrong, because what he had learned wasn't genuine education. In his mind, he thought temporary pleasure with crushes would be a form of love. But that was a failure, because one told him it's not all about sex. Then he thought having a body made of iron would express his image and feelings for her. But he failed again, because the second told him, you don't have to be so rough and wild. After two failures, it occurred to him that maybe he needed to shadow a woman to understand their outlook on life. So, he bit the bullet of ego and pride, and asked his grandmother, Ms. Betty White, about the things that make a woman happy and fall in love with a man. Being young and living in a rush, feeling like the end was coming soon, Yuri just wanted to know the unknown lessons. The third woman he knew was a bit older than him and a little more experienced. His grandmother gave him some pointers on what a woman looks for, but to Yuri, that type of advice was either outdated or too serious. She also reminded him that he was too young to be thinking about ungodly acts and should focus on important things like enjoying his youth and education. But everything Ms. Betty said went in one ear and out the other, because Yuri had strong feelings for his crush. That afternoon, after school, he decided to walk to her house on the west side of Crisp County to open up to his crush. The whole day at school, he couldn't focus because he was daydreaming about her. He didn't want to hang with friends because he felt they were too childish and didn't have girlfriends, and he felt like he was becoming a man. Before he walked, he showered, brushed his teeth, put on some nicer clothes and cologne. He felt ready. This crush had been someone he liked for years. As he began walking closer to her neighborhood, random thoughts came to his mind. Like, what if it's not meant for them to be together, because he recalled sharing a good relationship with his crush. But it felt more like a friend zone. Then he envisioned how he looked to her by his behaviors, mainly since she knew him as wild, funny, smart, sometimes savage, and quiet. When he reached his destination, she was sitting on the porch smoking a cigarette. Yuri said to her, "I didn't know you smoke. "Does your mother mind?" She responded that she had been smoking since she was 16 years old, and her mother didn't care what she did. She went on to say that she stayed home by herself some nights, drinking, smoking weed, and more. Out of nowhere, it started raining and then storming. So she asked Yuri if he wanted to come in, because nobody was there. Yuri said, "It's whatever," while feeling butterflies in his stomach, because he felt maybe they were already together or something. When they got in the house and she closed the door, she asked him where he was coming from. Yuri said, "I just got out of school not too long ago, so I had to get right before I left the house." She slightly giggled, saying, "I forgot you're in school." Then she said, "So, what do you want to do?" while giving him an eye hinting at the next level of friendship. Yuri said, "It's whatever." He was nervous, hands shaking, legs wobbling, throat getting dry, feeling dizzy. She said, "You all right? You look like you're nervous." Yuri played it off, saying, "I'm good. This isn't my first time doing this." He may not have lied, but it was his first time with someone he felt he loved. When she made her move by turning off all the lights, Yuri was so nervous. To be continued.
Thank you for watching part 1 of Yuri White's love story. Wow, that story had me pretty scared, interested, and hooked to know what happens next. I'll see you next time for part 2. Jockey White, I salute you, bro. And a special shout out to Kiri Rains and Amber Murphy. Hello from Yuri. Oh, and this video was made with Adobe stock videos. You should check it out.